Hi everybody, Erin here from Grounded Warrior. Thanks for joining me for today's yoga flow. All you might want to have with you is 1 or 2 yoga blocks, especially as today we're going to be doing half moon, which is one of my favorites. If you don't have a yoga block though, no big deal. We're going to start on our backs today. Once you're ready, make your way down and start with a full body stretch. One of my favorite things to do. Lengthen out the entire body, reaching fingers and toes away from each other. Take an inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And then bring your arms down by your sides, turning your palms up so that you're open to new energy and releasing old energy. Use this moment to start to settle into your mat. Imagine the entire world slowing down. Take a breath in and let go of the past. Take a breath in and let go of the future. Take a breath in. Just be here in the present. Take a few big breaths. Without moving a muscle, think of your intention for your practice, a word, a mantra, something to help inspire you from within. Imagine that intention written right across the front of your mind. Take an inhale, gather up distractions, and open mouth, let it go. Start to bring movement back. Once again, stretch. Maybe noticing that you already feel different. And then hug your knees into your chest, rock gently side to side. And use your right hand to guide the knees to the right side. And reach your left arm away. Try to keep your shoulders towards the mat and your gaze towards the sky. This is a nice gentle supine twist. Especially if you have low back pain, this is a good one to remember and do on your own. Come back through center and simply use your left hand to guide the knees over your body, reaching your right arm to the side. Breathing here. And then slowly come back through center. Hug your knees in, guide them apart. You can stay here, or you can take happy baby, hands come to the feet. Since this is our third pose, if this is too much, go back to just hands to the knees. Big breath in, and big breath out. All right. Bringing the knees back to the center. You can either press your way up to seated or maybe rock and roll a few times. Feeling the entire back, get a little massage and come up to seated. I love doing that, makes me feel like a kid. Bring the soles of the feet together, roll the shoulders back, sit up tall and lean forward. So we're trying to open the inner thighs and stretch the hips here. Take one more breath. And then come through center. We're gonna make our way into a tabletop and immediately into downward facing. So curl your toes under, lift off of your knees. First downward dog of practice. And I just want you to pedal out the feet, pressing your chest towards your thighs. And then press both heels towards the ground. Get strong through the arms. You're gonna lift the right leg straight up and back. Flex through the heels. Imagine I'm pulling your foot behind you. And then release the right foot down. Same thing on the left. Lift it up, keep your hips squared towards the mat. We are warming up the body here. And then release. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, slow and steady. At the front of the mat, you can take a little rag doll, crossing the arms, or maybe wrap the arms behind your legs. Drop your head. Release your hands. Inhale to a long, flat back. Exhale, fold. With soft knees, roll to stand. Stack the vertebrae, reach the arms high. And then hands come together at the heart. Take a breath in. And give a breath out. Opening the eyes. We're gonna step our right foot back. Warrior one. The right leg is straight. The left knee and toes point forward. Reach the arms up. Take a breath in. And then bend and cactus the arms. Engage through your core. Keep your elbows here. And then bring elbows and hands to touch. And pull apart one more time. Hold and release the hands behind you. Lift your heart, and we're not folding. We're just gonna stay here. Breathe all the way across the front of the chest. And then release the hands. Inhale, reach up. All right, we're gonna add some balance. Warrior three, float off your back leg. Square the inner thighs together. Try not to fall. Stare at something that's not moving on the ground. And then hands come down to the ground or blocks, and the right leg goes up higher, standing split. Take a breath in, and then bring your knee towards your nose, round your back. It's called flamingo. Inhale, reach up. I feel like a flamingo in these pants. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Knee to nose, hold. Step it back, runner's lunge, and then step into a high plank. Try not to drag your foot when you do that. Shift a little forward, lower with control to the belly. Bring your knees down if you need to, and we'll meet down here. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, release. Once more, inhale, lift. Maybe lift the hands and the feet, engaging your back and your glutes. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and release down. Press through table to downward facing dog. Bring your feet close together, and then this time we're gonna reach the right leg high. Bend your knee and open your hip. Make big hip circles here. Then straighten the leg and bring your foot back down. Square off. All right, left leg goes high. Feel those shoulders turn on. Bend the knee, open the hip, and make controlled hip circles here with that left knee. Straighten the leg and bring your foot down. On your next inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, and walk, step, or hop to meet your hands. Remember, you don't have to do what I do. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, flat back lifts you up. And hands together at the heart. Close your eyes for a moment, take a breath in. And give a breath out. Opening the eyes. We'll step our left foot back, warrior one. So take your time setting up. Your left toes point to the front left corner. Your right toes and knee point straight. I'm engaging through the core. Reach the arms up high. Inhale. And then bend and cactus the arms. Hold. Pull them back. And then hands and elbows touch. One more time. Good. Now keep the elbows wide and release the hands the other way so it almost feels like you're forgetting a finger. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, hold. Bend deeper into that front knee. Release the hands, sweep up. Lean forward, warrior three. Float off your back leg. Square the hips towards the ground. Lengthen head to heel. Feel that right hip turn on. And then hands come to the ground or blocks. Standing split, drop your head. Maybe even give it a little shake. Inhale the leg higher. Knee to nose, round your back. Twice more, inhale. Knee to nose. Last one. Knee to nose, flamingo. Step it into a runner's lunge. Try to lift your right foot, step it back. All right, this time we're gonna add on a push-up. Knees can come down. Bend the elbows straight back to 90 degrees. Press up, lift your knees. One more time. Bend, press, lift, and then lower all the way down. This time, bring your hands out by your sides. Inhaling, lift away from the ground. Dekasana, airplane pose. Breathe. Think about lifting through the knuckles and the mid and upper back. Take one more breath. And lower. Make your way through table to child's pose. Knees wide. And let your hips sit back to your heels. You can relax your forehead on the mat here, taking 3 deep breaths. And one more time, downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of intensity here. So your option is to stay in your downward dog, just nice and basic. Your second option is to add little Shakti kicks. So you're gonna walk your feet a little forward. You're gonna bend your knees. And you're gonna literally try to lift both feet at the same time with a little hop. Maybe you can get a little air. These always make me laugh. Maybe take one more and then walk, step, or hop to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up, feel so awake. And hands to heart, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and give a big breath out. Wonderful. If you do have a block, I encourage you to place it towards the front of your mat. All right, we're going to lift up that right knee and step it back, warrior 2. So your left toes point forward, open the arms, and then straighten the front leg. Kick your hips back, lean forward, and then the left hand comes down and the right arm goes high. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Try not to let your head drop. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And try not to put a lot of pressure in your bottom hand. You can even turn your hand towards the camera, or you can reach your hand out towards me for 3. Added bonus for 2. And then hand comes down, warrior 2. All right, we're gonna use that same core strength in our half moon. So you're gonna reach forward, take your hand to the block, and try to keep your toes forward. I like to use my top hand to open my hips, open the chest, and maybe reach the arm high. Remember, this is a yoga practice, so just do your best. Holding and breathing for 3, you got it. 2, and then 1. Now keep your block. All right, turn all 10 toes towards the front. Take the block down to the ground and fold. You can let go of the block at this point. Maybe shake your head, yes and no. And then lift up. If you don't have a block, you don't need to use it. Lengthen your spine, inhale, and we're gonna lift the right arm high. So I'm not mirroring you if you're facing straight towards me. And then come back to center, inhale. And lift your left arm, twisting through your midsection. Breathing. And then hand comes down. To prepare, move your block to the back of your mat, probably on the highest height. Lift up halfway and then all the way, 5-star. And then warrior 2 to the back. So you're gonna turn your right toes this time to the back. And then straighten both legs. Inhale to reach forward. Trikonasana on the other side. Lengthen the head and the neck. Try not to sink into that bottom shoulder. Maybe turn your palm. Maybe reach it towards me like you're offering me a glass of water. Holding for 3, 2. Hand comes down. You're going to come up, rebend into that front knee, warrior 2. And half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Reach forward. Right hand comes to the block. And take your time setting up. Remember, you can use that top hand to open your hips. Maybe the top hand reaches to the sky. Flex your left toes and your foot so that your leg is active and strong. Hold for 3, 2. I love how open this pose is. And step back, keeping your block. Straighten everything. Turn all 10 toes towards me and fold. Breathing. You can relax and let go of the block. Inhale, lift halfway. And take your hands to the block once again. Twisting the right arm high, so we're gonna be opposites. And maybe take a half bind, taking your right hand to your low back. Reach the arm back up, switch. Inhale, flat back. Left arm high. And maybe a half bind here. Breathing. Reach the arm back up. Fold. You can move your block to the front of the mat. You don't need it. Lift through the center. Reach the arms up. Windmill your hands all the way down. High plank. 2 yogi push-ups. You can bring your knees down or bend the elbows, press back up. One more time. Bend the elbows, press back up, and child's pose. Maybe turn your palms up, relaxing your forehead. Maybe it feels good to even just gently shake it side to side. And then come through center, up to table. All right, we're gonna come into a camel pose on our knees. So align your knees right under your hips. You can always use a towel or blanket if you need more padding. You're gonna take your hands to your low back. Roll your shoulders back and then pull your elbows in. Now the key to a good camel pose is to engage your low belly, tucking your tailbone, and don't let your head drop. We've learned that that's not good for your spine. Pressing your hips forward, pull the elbows back, and then keep your gaze up. Don't let your head drop. Breathing into this back bend. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees together, embryo pose. Maybe bend the elbows out to the sides. Come back up, and we're gonna make our way onto our backs. Flipping over and slowly lowering. Just like we started, reach everything in opposite directions. This should feel significantly different after we just did so much stretching and strengthening. Hug your left knee into your chest, give it a good squeeze, and use your right hand to guide it across your body for a supine twist. You might notice that we only have one knee up this time. This is a deeper twist. So if this is too much, just bring your right knee up to meet your left. Come through center, and we'll switch. Hug the right knee in, and then guide it over and across the body using your left hand as your right arm reaches away. Maybe it feels good to close your eyes here. And then return through center. Hug your knees in. One more time, guide them apart. Stay there or take happy baby. If you tend to take your hands to the outside of the feet, maybe take them to the inside and vice versa. It's good to change things up once in a while. Give your knees a final squeeze of appreciation. And then for today, if you'd like, bring your feet the width of the mat, knock your knees together, And release the arms out, shrugging the shoulders away from the ears for your Shavasana pose. Let's take a final deep breath in and out. Allow yourself to rest and just breathe. Start to breathe a little deeper, bring movement back to your body. Maybe separate the knees, swishing them gently. Hug your knees in. You can roll over to one side. And then press your way up to seated. Bringing your hands together, your heart sealing in all of this positivity, this strength and inner balance. Take a breath in. Give a breath out. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for that very open flow with Half Moon, one of my favorite poses. If that's really hard for you to do at your mat, you can always do it up against a wall, which is one of my ways that I learned how to do the pose so well. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know how you're doing. Use the hashtag #GroundedWarrior. Make sure you're checking in and adding your progress. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.